Do you ever think back to moments and realize that you're just really kind of embarrassing? This is something that I've kind of thought about lately, and it's kind of heavy on my mind, so I want to tell you guys some of my most embarrassing moments. When I was younger, I would obsess over things that I really liked. It began with Teen Titans in 2003, and that's what formed me into the artist I am today. So it's not really something I feel bad about or I'm ashamed about. It was just the fact that it was all I would want to talk about. I had a friend who would watch Teen Titans with me. He and I would call each other on speaker. We wouldn't talk through the episode, but we would talk on the commercials about what was happening and hype up the show, and we were always super excited when a new episode would come out on Saturdays at 8. It was something that I looked forward to every single week. I didn't have very many friends that were like that, though. When I was in 6th grade, I had my obsession with Bleach, and I was so proud of the fact that I knew all of the openings, and I wanted to show off, basically. I knew that I could draw, so I wanted people to see my drawings, but I thought I could sing, so I thought that people wanted to hear me sing. No one wanted to hear me sing. I remember I was friends with some people who really weren't very nice to me. They would make backhanded compliments and be very passive aggressive and sarcastic to me, and I was very oblivious to it. I remember one day I really wanted them to know that I knew all of the openings of Bleach. I was like, tell me a number and I'll sing the opening, and I would literally break into like a whole freaking, I don't know why I was like that. Why? When I was in Japan, there was a lady in Harajuku that was advertising an owl cafe. She had an owl on her shoulder, and you could pay 100 yen to take a photo with her and the owl. I paid the 100 yen, and I was so in bliss of just being there and oblivious to what was going on around me that I didn't realize that she was telling me not to touch the owl. I kept touching the owl. I was persistent on not listening to her or my friend that was taking the photo telling me to not touch the owl. I don't know why. I don't know why. The owl jumped on my shoulder, and I was smiling away, just so happy. Poor lady is distressed, and I feel awful about it. I think about it all the time. Another embarrassing moment when we were in Odaiba, it was our last day in the Tokyo area before we moved on to Mount Fuji. There was a lady that was she was on our trip, so she was complimenting our tour guide's pants and asked her where she got them. I thought she said plants. Tell me why. I went on a 2-minute tangent about how she would need custom forms and all of this to bring plants back. They were talking about pants. No one stopped me, dude. This went on for so long, and I think about it all the time, and I realized after that I really just need to shut my mouth. One final moment that bothers me to this day is when I was tasked with recording someone's proposal. I had my phone set up to record it, and then I was supposed to be FaceTiming his parents back in California. We live in Iowa, or at least I did at the time. This poor family saw my face for the entirety of the proposal because I had it on the wrong camera. The entirety of it, and it was so close to my face. This poor lady hated my guts. So obviously it was something that affected her, and I felt awful about that, and I still feel awful about it to this day. Lately, I've gotten into a habit of kind of reclusing. I don't really want to say anything because I feel like I just say too much. I talk endlessly about something that no one is listening to. I would be in a conversation and input something that I feel is important, and I'm being ignored. I think that alone is super embarrassing, especially when people notice. About the artwork, so this one, I originally did this piece back in 2015 or 2016, and I wanted to redraw it because I felt like it didn't tell enough of a story. I really wanted it to show Malchior's betrayal and how he essentially showed Raven what she wanted to see. She wanted someone that accepted her and understood her and liked her for who she was. So she sees this rose, she grabs it, and it invites him into her world. And then behind, it's him menacingly just kind of, going behind her back. And that's kind of what I wanted to show, was a little bit more of a story with the dynamic between Raven and him. So if you're interested in more artwork videos, go ahead and subscribe. they're going to be a little more happier. I just kind of wanted to talk about embarrassing moments. If you have any that you want to share with me, go ahead and leave them down below. I'm interested in hearing your stories. Bye bye.